Beekeeper stars Jason Statham and is an action movie out here in January. And I gotta say, guys, if you're looking for a kind of turn off your brain, almost B-movie style action thriller, The Beekeeper is right up there, man. It's good. It's a good film. Now, I'm going to tell you straight up off the bat, it's not Shakespeare, but it's just a nice little actioner. It's quick. It's got a quick little runtime of an hour and about 35 minutes or so. That's with credits. What's it about? Well, The Beekeeper synopsis reads, in The Beekeeper, one man's brutal campaign for vengeance takes on a national stakes after he is revealed to be a former operative of a powerful and clandestine organization known as Beekeepers. Now, guys, I saw this trailer and it's kind of like, okay, yeah, he's the retired agent that's coming out of retirement to set the right things wrong, and he's going to blow stuff up, and it's cool because it's Jason Statham throwing down against some bad guys. I got no problem with that. So as I said in my straight out of the theater reaction, if you like movies like John Wick, it's not on par with that. It's a little bit like Extraction, but now that I'm thinking about it, the best comparison is the Equalizer movies with Denzel. If you like that kind of stuff, then you'll like this. Is this character some kind of grandiose thing that you're going to get enthralled with? No. But the concept is interesting. Kind of like there is another agency of beekeepers in government. That was fascinating, and I left the theater with a big smile on my face because all I wanted to do watching this movie was to sit down with a big bag of popcorn and just watch this action movie unfold. And it moves fast, guys. It doesn't linger on things to have like character development it does have character development, but it doesn't have like long exposition of kind of like people sitting down and stuff like that explaining, oh, in the past I was abused as a little kid and I wanted to show everybody that I could become like the big beekeeper. Oh God, no, it's not like that. But it's also, James, did you just make fun of people who have traumas in their life? Oh no, it's not, if I did, that's not what I meant, guys. But it's kind of like, it just cuts out all the fluff. There's no fluff in this movie. And it does run the risk of being cardboard. Okay, yeah, that's what I want to say. That if you look at it and say, well, it's just cardboard. There's no substance to the characters. Well, what do you expect from this? I'm trying to tell you that you shouldn't be expecting that. And if you don't expect it, then you're going to get a really enjoyable experience watching The Beekeeper. So let me go and take a look at my preliminary score sheet here. Acting, directing, and story out of a possible 2 points each. Cinematography and score out of a possible 1 point each. So the acting, guys, it's serviceable. Serviceable acting. There's no award-winning thing in here. Actually, Josh Hutcherson plays the bad guy in this. And I'll give 1.5 because of his performance. Statham is good, but it's typical Statham. Directing of the action is actually pretty decent too. The fight choreography, you can actually see what's going on. The story is generic and it's a pretty easy setup. I think some people may be turned off with a little bit of the political angle that it takes at the end, but it's only dealing like one of the characters is related to like a senator or something like that. Just know that, okay? It's kind of like that. And then if you don't like that angle being drawn in, then people will be like, ooh, I'm not from the United States, so for me, it's kind of like, whatever. It's just a story element that they used, and I recognize that. I got no problem with that. So cinematography, I'm going to give a full point to, because as I said, that fight choreography worked. The soundtrack and score it did have some interesting needle drops, though. It did. So we may revisit that one. Let's go over to the tomato meter and see what people are saying about this and see if we can agree with what's being said. 67% by critics, 93% by the audience, and that's what you're going to get out of this one. Because as I said, this is like, if somebody said this was a B movie, I couldn't argue with it. But it's a good B movie, right? And this is exactly in Statham's wheelhouse. I'm fascinated by this concept of the beekeeper kind of thing. It could easily exist in John Wick's world. It could. And to see, that would be cool, to see them kind of not team up, but maybe have to face off with each other. That would be kind of cool. Right? Oh, yes, I'd be down for that. Oh my God. Yeah, you're printing money. Let's go see what some of the snapshot reviews say. Times UK. The shame is that there are flickers of greatness here. Statham in action is thunderously convincing. In character, he's pleasingly ironic. Wait a minute. So that's a bad one, huh? There's a shame that there's flickers of greatness here. Well, I thought that there was. A sad disappointment for bee enthusiasts. What are you talking about? Light? Yeah, no. Ignore that one. Wall Street Journal liked it. The Beekeeper, which is both a B movie and a B movie, falls in the same category as many other Statham versus everyone action thrillers. Not very good, yet yet enjoyable enough. Actually, this is like, if you compare it to things like Transporter or Crank, sorry, this is better. This is far better than any of those. There he is, Josh Hutcherson. I told you, he's doing something weird here as kind of like a tech guy, who's obviously drunk on power and money and debauchery and depravity. It's like you didn't expect it from him, from Josh Hutcherson, but he plays it so well that it's kind of like, that's why I gave acting 1.5, because of his performance, and you're just kind of like, you hate him. You don't like this guy. He just plays that sleaze so well, and that's surprising. I dug that. Yeah. So, yeah, and as I said, cinematography was fairly well done. Like the framing of stuff. The one weak part was this FBI agent who's related to somebody who is the catalyst of the events that start Statham off in this revenge kind of style thing. And it doesn't cut, yeah, as I said, there's no fluff here. We don't need a side scene explaining certain things to us because we don't care. How does he learn about all these certain things? We don't see this big, long kind of him investigating things and learning it for himself. He just goes out and does it, right? And that keeps the pace of the movie going. And I appreciated that. Out of all the movies that have been coming out that have been like 2 hours plus, this one's been tight. It's been nice to be like, yeah, that was the right movie for the right place, right time. Jeremy Irons also plays one of the bad guys in this. He's kind of like, okay, it's Jeremy Irons. He's obviously charismatic in every scene that he's going to be in. Minnie Driver as a cameo in this, though. That was cool. We don't see enough of Minnie Driver these days. I think she's awesome. And she's in Uproar. She was just last in Uproar, huh? I don't think I saw that. But we've seen her now in The Beekeeper. She's fun. Good actress. Really good actress. And it was cool seeing her on the big screen. All right. So where would I wrap this up? Where would I rank The Beekeeper? Could I be as generous as the audience? 93%? No. But I'm thinking that I'm a little bit higher than this 67%. Let's go back to my score sheet and wrap things up. For The Beekeeper. We'll leave it at that. Watchability factor is out of a possible 2 points. If you're a Statham fan, it's got it. Did I not sell you on the interesting premise? The premise alone is interesting. But if you're a Statham fan, if you're an action fan, it's worth the look in the theaters, guys. It truly is for the start of January. Most people will say that this is just the dumping ground, and of course, it's not going to be that good. If you can just go and set that down and say, I'd watch that again. That's exactly what I would. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I think that's a generous 7 out of 10. Cool. Yeah, that's where I feel. 7 out of 10 for the Beekeeper. Cool, man. And it's from the guy who did the Suicide Squad, David Ayer, right? Everybody wants the Ayer cut of the Suicide Squad movie. That guy, and he did Fury. Fun little movie, Beekeeper. All right, guys, what do you think about that? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll talk about it. Hey, if you like this kind of stuff, come join us here on Mirror Domains, because we did full movie watch-alongs for things like Society of the Snow. I put out my best and worst list of last year. That's up on the channel right now, and my favorite horror of last year as well. Movie reviews for Ferrari, The Iron Claw, Aquaman 2, Poor Things, Wonka, and of course we just watched episode 13 of Hell's Kitchen. The finale of that goes next Friday, so come join us for that. Yeah, you're watching Mirror Domains. All right, so that'll be cut out and put up on the channel later on. I kind of fumbled the ball there, though. I might have to edit out that the trauma of dealing with past issues, right? Some people may say, "Well, James, you're making fun of people with mental hang-ups." People are being a little bit too sensitive these days, though. I didn't mean it like that. But I was doing it live. That's one of the fallbacks of doing it live. If I was working with a script or anything like that, then I would have been able to do it better. But I don't. I think for the most part, people understand that I don't. I'm not trying to attack anybody here or belittle anyone. If I belittle anyone, it's me. Well, what else came out this weekend? Mean Girls, the musical. Now, I'm not seeing it this weekend, guys. I'm seeing it next Saturday with the appropriate crowd, the musical. So I still think that Mean Girls is going to be the #1 at the box office, but I'm hoping that Beekeeper will be up there, because it's, for guys, there's not really that much in the theater aside from stuff that's already kind of came out like last year, right? Ferrari is still playing only one show. Aquaman, Migration, Night Swim. Don't waste time with. Oh, American Fiction is playing, and The Book of Clarence. Forgot about that. See what's going on tomorrow. Is there a matinee of Book of Clarence is a comedy, right? And I hear good things about American Fiction. I need to watch American Fiction because of Jeffrey Wright. I hear great things about his performance, and he's going to get probably maybe an Oscar recognition for this. So I'm going to go out and watch American Fiction this weekend. I'm going to take it in as a matinee. So we'll see that. We'll be back tomorrow morning, though, with some movie news and headlines and stuff, for sure. Let's take some live comments here. Oops. Bifer says, will you be covering the critics' choice awards? I didn't cover the Golden Globes, so no, probably not. We'll go over who won, though, on Monday's show. We will be doing a Monday show because I'm not called into duty on Monday, so we'll be back normal show times on Monday. Yeah, our Glass Vikings. I think you're going to like The Beekeeper. It's, as I said, just don't look for anything grandiose. You don't need to know about his family life or his history or what made him the way that he was. You just accept it for what it is, and you'll just have a fun little ride. Byford the Hobbit says, I'm watching the new Kevin Hart movie, Lift. I'm just rewatching The Nice Guys with Ryan Gosling as daughter is the lead in Mean Girls. I'm just realized it's pretty cool. Oh, is she? Um, Nice Guys is so funny. It's so fun, right? Um, Sid Patrick. Yeah. On that scene I can watch for on repeat over and over again. I offered to show my yeah, that was weird performance. That's Shane Black for you though. Let's go over to the Twitterverse actually. Let's see if I missed anything, and then we'll round out the show for today. Okay, Andrew Scott, Billie Eilish, and Coleman Domingo via Instagram. Coleman Domingo, is he our new Kang? I would have no problem if he was. I like Billie Eilish too. I got no problem with her.